How's it going, everybody? eCom Tommy with another video coming at you guys, and as you guys can tell, we are sitting here looking at my newest manual eBay dropshipping store that I started about 3 months ago. The store is about to hit 40,000 in sales with less than 500 items, and I'm pretty proud of it. I did 20,000 the first 1 month, but I knew that wasn't going to be sustainable as I was trying to grow my Amazon store even higher, so I kind of slowed down, but in due time, it has grown about 85% in the last 31 days, and we're about to hit 40,000, which should happen today, although today is seeming a little bit slow. So in this video, I do want to talk about the 5 main things to do when you're starting a brand new manual eBay dropshipping store. And number 5 is a little controversial, so be sure you stay until the end to make sure that you understand what I talk about and what I'm explaining. So before we get started, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and when you do, hit that bell notification button, and let's get into it. So I'm going to go into here to this presentation. I'm going to hit present, and we're going to get started. So the 5 necessary things you need to do when you're starting a brand new manual eBay dropshipping store. So number 1 is you're going to want to stop selling on your flag store. And I know recently there's been some accounts that have come out saying that they got unflagged. I checked my account and it did seem as if I did get unflagged, but if you are selling on an account with automated software and you're not seeing any impressions, say that you have say you have like 2 listings on your account and you're not seeing any impressions or barely any every day, or if you're just not seeing a lot of impressions, then you just stop selling on that account. The account's flagged. Or promoted listing impressions, that is. And if you don't know what promoted listing impressions are, I can link up a video over here, up this way, and it'll point you guys in the right direction. So stop selling on your flag store. First off, one thing a lot of people don't realize is the stores, the cost of running an automated store with thousands of listings. First off, you're going to have at least a premium or an anchor store on Amazon, or else you're going to be on eBay, or else you're going to be losing a ton of money. If you have $350 a month for this anchor store, you can have up to 10,000 listings, but still that costs $350 a month. The basic store on eBay is what this account's still under, and I'm not spending that much money a month, about maybe $75. So the costs are way higher. The cost of running an automated software that is, whatever, AutoDS, SaleFreaks, whatever you're using, the cost of running that is going to be way higher than using SKUGrid. If you're using SKUGrid and you're spending more than $10, $15 a month on your items, I don't know what you're doing, because you're doing something wrong. I barely spend any money a month on SKUGrid, and it's a great program as long as you take the time to set it up properly, which is what I feel like everybody's number 1 issue is with it. So I'm going to start trying to come out with some videos on SKUGrid. If you guys want to see some videos that I talk about SKUGrid in, at least on YouTube, leave a comment down below, and I will consider putting a decent amount of SKUGrid videos out on just YouTube for free. So number 2 is you're going to want to start a new eBay store. Since your old store is flagged and you're wasting a bunch of money, you're probably not even coming up positive because you think you are, but you're not. You have too many expenses, and your margins are low. Start a new eBay store. It doesn't matter if your eBay store has 0 feedback. Everybody always talks about, what if it has 0 feedback, Tom? What if it has 0? It doesn't matter. I've started many stores with 0 feedback, and I've never had any problems getting sales right off the bat. This is a limiting belief you guys have, or you're giving yourself to not let go of your flag store that's making you literally $0. So, at least start a brand new store that you can build up to that height or to that, that stature, and start making money while doing so. So when you start the new eBay store, you can connect it to the same old PayPal. It doesn't matter. eBay, from what I've been telling everybody, eBay treats every store or new store as innocent until proven guilty. So as long as you don't do anything that's against the rules by eBay, like connecting automated software that helps promote retail arbitrage, connecting anything that's going to automatically upload tracking or automatically order from a retailer for you, aka any one of those softwares I named previously or more, just don't do that. As long as you don't do that, it doesn't matter on your new store. You should be fine. And also make sure, one thing I forgot to mention, on your old store that you stopped selling on, your old flag store, make sure that you pay off the fees, the last fees, because I've seen so many people stop their store, end it, and not pay their last month's worth of fees, and then get all of their accounts in trouble because they have late payments. Or make sure that if it's below standard, make sure it doesn't go below standard, things like that. Also, you want to, number 3, I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this, but you want to stop using Amazon as a supplier. It's proven to cause way too many issues from what I've seen recently. There's just so many people talking about, oh, Amazon, I got flagged, or Amazon, I got banned, I got MC011. How do I deal with these TBA tracking numbers? how do I deal with all of this? The main way to deal with all of this is just stop using it. Oh, my Amazon buying account got banned. How do I make another one? It's just stop using it. If you stop using it, you won't have to worry. Oh, I have purchase order limits. am allowed to buy 5 of this item, and now I can't buy any more, and I just sold 10 more. What do I do about it? The problems are endless, and you're not going to be able to get around them until you just stop using Amazon as a supplier. In my course, I provide my students with over 20 suppliers, and none of them are Amazon. So, I mean, you don't have to worry about it. Just find new suppliers. SKUGrid has 800 suppliers on it, and there's over 400 suppliers that are in the US specifically for SKUGrid. So look around. I have videos on how to find the right suppliers. I also teach it inside of my course, but that is really one of the only ways that you're going to be able to get around the whole Amazon issue is just stop using Amazon altogether, because it's really not worth it. So number 4 is you're going to want to grow slowly to avoid issues. A lot of people I've seen have grown very quickly, and they get the MC011 restriction. They say, hey, everybody don't grow fast, because if you're growing fast, then you're going to get the MC011 restriction. And I've proven that wrong many times. I've started a store from scratch last year, and I hit 63,000 in sales in the first 30 days. This year, I started one from scratch manually, the manual method, and I did 20,000 in the first 30 days. So I don't think that that's an issue, the growing fast, but I think growing too quickly is going to cause a lot of issues if you are inexperienced. And if you're inexperienced, that's where the issues are going to come in, from growing too quickly, and then that's when you're going to get the MC011 restriction or some form of restriction because of it. So, like I said, if you are a beginner, try to grow slowly, because if you're growing slowly, then you can understand what's going on. You can really just parse through all of the pieces and the issues that are occurring, and you'll make sure that your account's in good standing. But if you're brand new, if you're a newbie, and you're growing very quickly and your account's getting all sorts of returns or items not received cases because you're not uploading tracking because you don't know what to do or anything like that, you're just getting tons of complaints, your shipping preferences and your business policies are all off, so you're telling buyers the item's going to get there in 4 days, in reality it doesn't show up for 9 days. It's all these little issues that when it keeps happening on many different accounts, many different sales over time, it's really going to mess up your account. So if you have a bunch of issues in your first month or first 3 months of selling on a brand new account, then you really are going to probably get the MC011 or some form of other restriction. Along with using Amazon and other things like that, it just makes it more compounded and just a higher likelihood of happening. And number 5, the big one right here, the big doozy, is I'm saying you can use non-API related software. Still use software. Please still use software. And it's not because I'm trying to sell you an affiliate commission. I don't care. I don't make a lot of money off of affiliate commission. I only make like less than $1,000 a month off of affiliate commission, and I have to split that with my business partner. It's not a lot of money. I'm going to tell you that right now. What I'm going to tell you is that you are going to save a ton of time when you use some form of software. I'm not saying use all these automated softwares that are clearly against the eBay's terms of service API usage, which is don't use software that helps promote retail arbitrage that is connected to the API. But you can use the tracker bot non-API that helps upload your tracking numbers. All that does is literally does what you can do with your hands. It just does it quicker, all through the HTML of the code of the page. It doesn't do anything with the API, and if you don't know anything about software, it doesn't matter. I'm just telling you it's safe. Spot and paste is safe to use. SKUGrid, the non-API Chrome extension, is safe to use. It uses the eBay file exchange, and if anybody is out there saying that if you use the eBay file exchange, eBay is going to find that you're using it and you're going to get in trouble, that's literally the most bogus statement I've ever heard in my life. Because how are all these huge companies, Target used to sell on eBay, I don't know if they do anymore. Overstock, I believe, still sells on eBay, but I'm not sure. How are all these huge companies like this going to update their stock and their inventory with eBay? They're going to have to use some form of software or some sort of anything that connects to eBay to make sure, hey, these tens of, if not hundreds of thousands of items have to get repriced and in and out of stocked and everything like that somehow. They need to be using the file exchange. The eBay made the file exchange, and it literally says that, I'm going to make another video on this, about how the eBay file exchange is made so that you can make updates in eBay in bulk. Just because we are using the file exchange doesn't mean that you can't use it or you're not allowed to because, it's going to help, people are going to realize, they're going to realize. No, there's huge stores on eBay. There's huge stores out there that have to use the file exchange. And, we're just hopping on using the file exchange with SKUGrid. All SKUGrid does is take your information and sends it in through the file exchange through your email for you. It's literally, it looks like it's coming from you, but they're doing it for you. It's very, very, very hard, if not impossible, to detect what is going on. So, anybody that's saying don't use software, I mean, still use the non-API software. It's going to save you time, and it doesn't cost that much money. They're saying use VAs instead of use software. VAs cost probably more money than the software is going to monthly. My software costs are probably less than $100 a month. So that's that. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.